anything but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars. Don't let them end.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the First Two Beers podcast. I'm Elliot.
I'm Chris.
We're here to talk about The Last Jedi.
Ooh.
Teaser trailer, to be more specific. Chris.
Yes.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. We sound fantastic, don't we?
We do sound better, I feel like.
The reason could be, I think some audio equipment was thrown our way.
From what I can see, what I'm looking at here, it does look like we have some better audio
I
equipment
am staring at a...
than the iPad mic.
Hey, and at times an iPhone microphone. So if you ever complained about our audio, now you know. But hopefully it sounds better now because we're recording on a microphone.
Yeah, we actually have some audio equipment.
We do. We have some equipment here. There's a box. I don't know what it does, but hopefully it makes it sound good.
I think it configures the sounds.
We have microphone. We have headphones.
He has no idea what those are called. He's messed that up every time.
We have headphones. We're not using them because
We don't think they look cool enough.
that's our style.
I know you can't see us, but we don't think it looks cool.
We're all about looking cool. I'm wearing a 5-piece suit right now. Chris is dressed like a Chicago Cub.
I am. Schwarber, what up, bud?
War
War Bear.
One of those things is the truth. The other is a complete fabrication.
He's in the suit.
But anyway, quick thanks to the fellas who gave us some of this equipment. My buddy Jeff,
My brother Andy, thank you.
thank you. A toast. This is a First Two Beers podcast, so
Yeah.
let's toast them.
Let's toast.
That tink has never sound better.
Probably sound crystal clear. Probably blew someone's eardrums.
We apologize. Don't sue us. But
Sue Andy.
Stay
Don't
on.
sue Andy. I'm just joking.
No.
We'll cut that out.
come on, he's one of our tens of fans.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose him. But Chris, as they would say in the Star Wars, stay on target, stay on target. We're talking about The Last Jedi teaser trailer. We promised this a few weeks back.
We're a smidge behind, but it's all right.
But,
We were getting audio equipment together. What were you doing?
yeah, exactly.
Living life?
But we're men of our word.
Yeah.
We're getting to it. And if you haven't watched the 2-minute and change trailer, you should
Which
probably...
is a teaser
It's
nowadays.
a teaser. You should probably watch that because we're going to discuss it
If you haven't,
in agonizing detail.
if you haven't, I feel like I don't know what planet you live on.
Yeah. Not
Alderaan?
You deserved it.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. Come on.
Quick jab at the old
Always
Organa family, huh?
remember. Big fan of Jimmy Schmitz. All right, if you're already confused, it's not going to get better.
So first things first.
Yeah.
Ray,
Yes.
still very hot.
Okay.
I don't remember the actress's name right now because
Daisy Ridley.
yeah,
would be her
Daisy
name.
Ridley.
And
I feel like a real schmucknut on that right now.
that's because you're.
I'm more than 2 beers in. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's more than 2 beers in, and he's obviously overwhelmed by her beauty.
It is. She's very, very attractive.
She's kind of like that Wonder Woman lady.
Oh my God, Gal Gadot. Why would you bring her up?
Because
She's so hot.
how hot is she, Chris? Come on, I'm throwing you a fucking layup.
That Gal Gadot is one fine piece of ash.
Oh, if you enjoy that as much as I do, God bless you.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone else does.
Because I'm not going to stop. That is going to be the catchphrase for every episode until the day we die. On
Which
the exact
will be
same
soon.
video.
For me, at least.
Other than the fact that Daisy Ridley still looks hot,
Yes.
what were your overall thoughts on the teaser?
I mean, look.
It's just a teaser. Just
Yeah,
a tease.
I got a teaser. It's not the full trailer
Were you
yet.
teased? Were you titillated?
It's not the full Monty yet.
Not yet.
That's what you're looking forward to.
I'm waiting for Luke's full Monty.
This podcast is already off the rails. So,
The best ways. But it sounds terrific.
Ray is still hot. There is, I feel like this movie has more of an Empire Strikes Back feel to it.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker is going to be more of the Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of, I feel like, doesn't necessarily...
Trainer, you must.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to get
Thoughts?
cut.
Oh, no, come on.
Um,
Trademark Elliot impression.
I think the tone, like, he's not going to want to train her. He is not convinced that she is force sensitive.
Yeah.
she's going to have to prove herself, and that's why in that trailer when he says the Jedi must end, he's there. He's hiding out to give up, essentially. Like Luke Skywalker, he's a big pussy. So
I like Luke.
He's hiding.
Luke's my boy.
Is he? He's no Han.
That's exactly what I want to discuss. There's two types of people in this world. There are Han people, and then there are Luke people.
There's shooting first people, and there's blue milk people. You're obviously a blue milker.
I am a Luke. You are a Han.
I'm a Han.
This is a movie that I don't want to know too much going into. And I think they did a real good job with that with Force Awakens. Because, I mean, obviously, J.J. Abrams was the director of that. He's the ultimate tease.
Secret keeper.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't want to show you anything. He doesn't want to show you what's in the hatch. Doesn't want to tell you that Khan might be in that movie. But
He'll lie to you and say he's not.
Yeah, he'll just straight up lie to you. But he keeps a good secret, and that's what made The Force Awakens such a good theatrical experience for myself.
Right. Sure.
Because I went in there and I was like, I'm just ready to see anything.
I'm ready to see Star Wars.
Yes, and I did. I saw a new modern Star Wars. Some would even say a reboot of New Hope in a way.
Well, it's very similar. But it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a whole other podcast.
But as we're saying, this seems very similar in ways to an Empire Strikes Back. I hope it's not, that same.
I hope it's not as similar as Force Awakens to New Hope.
Yeah, I hope there's not that same comparison.
I don't think it will be.
I think that comparison may begin and end with the whole Luke and Rey Jedi training sequences at the beginning of the movie.
We clearly see.
We know that.
In the trailer, she's training as he's watching.
But she better not be on this island the whole goddamn movie until the third act.
Oh, swears.
Sorry. Gosh darn.
Children, probably.
I'm sorry.
I like your enthusiasm. I like your passion. That you don't want to see her on this whole GD island the whole time.
I just hope she's not on the island.
She won't be. We see her running later in it.
She could be on the island.
Maybe. I didn't think of that.
No, she's not. I don't think she is.
No, she's got to go back and save Finn from whatever thing he's flying through and chop up friggin' Kylo. I think Kylo's not making it to all three movies.
Really? You think he's going down?
I think Snoke's going is big bad in number 3.
But you can do double big bads.
Mark it.
Think about it. Return of the Jedi, you had 2 big bads. You had Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Yeah, so maybe in the third one, Kylo turns back to good.
He can never be good. He killed Han Solo. That's my guy.
You've always been a Han man.
I'm always a Han. As I once said, there's 2 types of people.
There's Luke guys.
There's Han people, and there's fucking idiots.
Call them blue milkers.
Blue milkers.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. Are you talking that way because we're drinking Labatt's Blue?
It is.
And we're a little Canadian that's coming out in this?
If you're going to drink a Pilsner, make it a Labatt's Blue. Canadian Pilsner.
If you're going to record a podcast, drink whatever you want. I'm not here to stop you.
But if you're going to drink a beer...
They're not paying us, Chris.
I'm not Yet?
Okay.
God. You don't want Labatt as our sponsor?
I would love them, but I'm playing hard to get.
You're not hard to get.
I'm going to take that.
You're bottomless now.
I'm going to remember that till the day I die, and I will have my revenge.
Here we go. There's a lot of revenge plots out there that never pan out.
Well, this movie's going to be all about revenge. I feel like.
On who?
On Kylo. He killed
What did he do? What?
He killed Han Solo.
In what movie?
In The Force Awakens. In Woke.
I bet Han's in this movie.
Well, if that happens, then I'm leaving the theater.
Force Ghost.
He didn't know That's not how the Force works. That's not how any of this works. That was a quote from Force Awakens, everybody. Delivered terribly.
By Han.
Yeah. I'm clever.
Force Ghost.
Cinematography looked fantastic.
Yeah. So let me tell you about this shot. Since we're talking about cinematography.
By Mr. Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Old Looper boy.
I like Looper.
Did you ever see Brick?
I did. I liked Brick too. It's not as good as Looper.
But it's a good movie.
But it's good.
Yeah. So he's 2 for 2 in our books.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably made more movies, but he's 2 for 2 in our books.
He's 2 for 2. We count 2. So there's this shot of Rey looking out over the ocean.
Yeah.
On the island.
Yes.
Very similar to a shot in episode 2 where Anakin Skywalker is on the balcony looking out into the ocean.
Don't say that, Chris.
No, I think that's cool. I think it's a good tie together.
To the worst Star Wars movie ever made, Attack of the Clones.
Episode 2 is the worst? Is
Yes.
the worst.
Yes, it is. Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie ever made.
You're an asshole. Phantom Menace is way worse.
No. At least in Phantom Menace, we got a cool
you say a
lightsaber battle with
you're
Darth
an
Maul.
idiot. You're an
That was
idiot.
cool.
No, it goes Revenge of the Sith number 1, Attack of the Clones number 2, Phantom Menace number 3. That is the order of goodness. But I tell you what I did like about how this teaser started was it started with Rey coming up and gasping for air, just like Finn did in the teaser for Force Awakens.
Ooh, good callback.
They started the same way, which I was like, oh, well, that's cool.
True, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So I like that.
Would you like to know my favorite scene?
Is it the shot with the ocean?
No.
Oh, what is it?
It's the shot of Rey with her swinging her lightsaber, like the faraway shot. She's on the cliff. And
sure.
You can kind of see Luke up there in the distance. It kind of gave me some good kind of Karate Kid flashbacks in a way. You know, it's time to train.
Yeah. Hopefully the good Karate Kid.
Yeah, the original. Wax on, wax off.
Number 2.
No.
Miyagi!
What's happening?
It's off the rails.
Chris, I want to discuss Luke Skywalker's final line in this trailer.
The Jedi must end.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
The Jedi. It's time for the Jedi to end. I messed that up. Sorry.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look, I wrote Jedi to end. Quoted.
So we both obviously believe that this is the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah, I think it's if it's in the first.
10 minutes?
No, I think it's in the first half hour.
Okay, still.
Because I think I bet it doesn't open with her on the island. I bet it opens with something in the space.
So they all open.
Yeah, so it's gonna do that, and then we're gonna be like, "What is going on with Rey?" And then it's gonna cut to her on the island. She's gonna be like, "I'm force sensitive" or whatever.
Here's your lightsaber.
Yeah, I brought that for you. Can you take off? I don't know why she's lisping now, but so I think she's gonna say.
Character choice for the sequel.
I think she's gonna introduce herself, give her back the lightsaber. They're gonna have their conversation. I think it's gonna do some cutting between like, it's gonna cut from like whatever space thing with Finn or Poe, and then go back to the island and kind of jump between, sort of like how they did with him on Dagobah in Empire. Like you're not gonna get
Everyone's
to that
gonna
whole
have their own adventure.
yeah
Until the third act, and then
where it
they'll
all come
meet up
together. But it's definitely
on Cloud
gonna,
City. No, not
Oh, Bespin City,
Bespin. Yeah. Why do they call it Cloud City?
because you're an asshole.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
I don't
People always say Cloud City. I know
know.
is Bespin the planet?
Maybe.
Bespin, whatever.
Well, somebody put that in the comments below and let us know who's right. I'm right.
I think we're both right. I think it's the city and the planet is Bespin.
Yeah, it could be. Have you seen that new TJ Miller show, Go Burger?
Oh my lord! Oh, I am going to discuss this with you. I don't care if I cut it off.
I have not seen it yet. I've only seen the previews.
I peruse the internet websites for like Hollywood news, and I follow the news stories. And there was something on HollywoodReporter.com about this Goldberger show, and it was an interview with T.J. Miller, and he's like, "Yeah, like I'm really passionate about this show. I feel like this is like my girls if I was Lena Dunham, or my Louis if I was Louis C.K." So I'm like, "What the heck's he talking about?" So then I Google it and watch like a 5-minute opening clip, like basically the opening theme song of this show. And I'm like, what in the world am I watching?
It's weird.
T.J. Miller plays
Go Burger.
the voice of this crazy monster or alien.
He like comes from outer space and like stops like a talk show happening, right?
A Japanese talk show, I believe. And he like kills the host and some like it's crazy. I've seen it.
Have you watched it like a full episode?
No, it doesn't seem like it would be sustainable for a full episode. Like the 5 minutes I watched, I was like, I feel like I got enough. I don't think I ever need to watch that ever again. But I mean, good luck to you, T.J. Miller.
Yeah.
I like your work on Silicon Valley.
Oh, did you watch the Silicon Valley
Premiere?
Yeah.
I did.
What'd you think?
I think
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as funny as it has been in the past, but I think it's because they're setting up the plot is taking a huge shift.
Oh yeah.
So I think it
new
was
internet.
Yeah, it's the new internet plot, and getting Richard Hendricks out of the Pied Piper. Well, not Pied Piper because he's going to keep the name, but they're fine with him leaving. But yeah, it's just setting
Definitely
up.
with him taking the name.
I feel like they had gone as far as they could with kind of the plot that they'd building up for the last
The compression,
all that
algorithm,
stuff
yeah.
for the 3 seasons or so.
Yeah.
And now they're like, we need to pivot to something completely different, which is fine.
Yeah, it's a great show. I love it.
It's good. And
I like Dinesh.
And Dinesh is getting set up for quite the role this season.
Yeah.
He's the new CEO.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to last super long.
But did you see the like preview for next week's episode?
Yeah, where he's all
his
gel in his
hair's
hair.
all gelled up. Oh, Silicon Valley guys.
The thing I liked about this episode of Silicon Valley, though, was...
Please, Chris, tell me in our Last Jedi teaser review more about Silicon Valley.
I loved the part where he makes the guy fly those trips from China to America, on which is closer, Moffat or Jackson Hole.
This guy, he's got no budget for his budget for spite is like it's off the hook.
Oh, it's so funny to me.
It's a good show, probably the best comedy on TV.
I would say so.
Although I mean, I enjoy my Veep as well, but that's kind of a
I have not caught. I only watched the first episode with you
yeah.
of this season, and I've not.
And I think it's in a very similar boat where both shows are pivoting hard because they have to.
Yeah,
they set themselves up plot wise to do that, and I think the premiere of Veep and Silicon Valley. That's why both of them felt a little, less jokey than usual. But for Veep's second episode, I felt like we got right back into the swing of things.
Oh, that's good.
So
that's good to know.
So guys, this has been your free advertisement for HBO. Veep and Silicon.
Did you
watch The Wire? That's how it's been. Watch The Wire.
I think you totally should.
Maybe skip season 2.
No, don't. Skip
No,
season
don't.
2.
Don't. That's actually what I've heard before. I'm going to let this tangent fly.
Don't skip season 2. Season 2 of The Wire makes a lot more sense. Once you skip it and go from 1 to 3, you're like, holy crap, there was a lot in season 2 that I missed.
Yeah, I was like most people who came onto The Wire late
Yeah.
and had been told by
I was a day one.
people like Chris McVinney, season 2 is not the best season. And then another person who also liked it, also named Chris, he said something along the lines of like, yeah, you might be able to get away with skipping season 2. But, I mean, I love season 1 so much, I was like, I'm not skipping any episodes of this show.
No.
I want to watch everything. I love this show. I want to milk it for all it's worth.
Kind of make me want to watch it again.
And I agree that it might be my least favorite season, but I think every season is good. Actually, almost every season is great on that show.
Yeah.
And actually, the suspense towards the end of that, the doc season, where the fat bald guy, the main guy,
Yeah.
when he's like pulling up his car, and the Russian guys are pulling up their car. Woo! I almost got spoiler territory, but that's suspenseful.
I gotta watch that show.
And then the finale,
I'm gonna tell you,
when they dig something out of the river, man, that scared me. I was like, I hope I'm never in that position. I hope I'm never killed by the mob.
I lied. I did not go to that day one. I watched it much after it ended, but I did get Elliot on it.
That's true. It's a great show. And speaking of the mob, Sopranos.
Oh!
Keep this HBO run going. Why not? We're on a good roll.
Oh, boy. The old Sopranos. What about it?
It's amazing.
It's a good show.
Really? Only good? Really?
I think I need to rewatch it, but because I remember back now when I think about it, of like certain episodes where I'm like, why was that episode in there? Like, why did that have to happen? The whole thing with the dude who was fat and then became skinny, but he was gay.
Vito.
Was that Vito?
Vito.
His whole thing, I thought was stupid.
It's towards the end.
It is towards the end. I think they got a little reachy at the end.
I think HBO got a little greedy towards the end. It was like, you have to make this many episodes.
Yeah.
This was before the time where showrunners had the power to just be like, all right, we're going to go 4 seasons, and each season's going to be 10 episodes, and that'll be it.
But I think The Sopranos was the origin for that ability.
It became a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It was the first of...
Like, once they saw that, they're like, the showrunners can kind of dictate what they want to do.
And Sopranos holds up.
Yeah.
Still to this day. It's an easy watch, believe it or not.
The whole thing?
It's not an easy watch maybe the first time you watch it, but it's easy to go back to. It's like a good plate of pasta. God, that was borderline racist, and I apologize.
And you saw him saying he was doing the Italian thing the whole time, the Mussolini. And like a pasta.
No. Chris, we only have the good audio right now. We haven't gone to video yet.
Oh. This was a podcast about The Last Jedi. Now we're talking about The Sopranos.
We are, because obviously Tony Soprano, he was the Last Jedi.
R.I.P. Gandolfini.
Oh, such a great actor.
He's going to be a Force Ghost in this one.
We can only hope.
Tony Soprano, Force Ghost.
Instead of he could play like a grown-up Anakin Skywalker instead of Hayden Christensen.
He really let himself go in the Force Ghost.
Well, come on, once you're a ghost, what do you got to lose? What are you going to do, die again?
Oh, no,
Fuck, give me the gabagoo!
Oh, our Italian listeners are super offended.
Nah.
So what about Arliss?
I never watched Arliss. Did you watch Arliss?
I did not.
Did you ever watch Oz?
Yeah.
Watched a little bit of
I watched like the first 3 seasons of Oz. Then things got real weird.
I made it like 3 episodes in. I was like, this show...
You were like, and I'm out. This is deep.
I think when the Nazis raped a man, I was like,
Is that when they carved the
gonna pass.
swastika?
yeah. I don't want to see J.K. Simmons doing that kind of thing.
I just want him throwing...
I want him to say, "Give me Spider-Man!" That's about it.
I want him throwing instruments at jazz people who don't
Yeah.
play jazz right.
Not quite my tempo.
Yeah. That's not my tempo.
That's not my tempo. And it's my whiplash, everybody.
That's my whiplash. Speaking of J.K. Simmons, you see La La Land is now out on video.
La La Land. Both of our #1 films of the year.
Did not win Best Picture.
Did
If
not.
you can believe it.
Well, I mean, they got on stage.
They got up there.
Did not win Best Picture. Gave a Best Picture speech. So,
Yeah.
you be the judge.
I think they did. Moonlight, come on.
We never did get to discuss that one, Chris. And since this has become quite a hodgepodge episode.
Ooh, I hate that word.
Oh, I'm sorry. But it has become.
It's very a mismatch. That's a word I just made up.
It's a hodgepodge episode.
You're an asshole for saying
So let's
that
talk
again.
about that. We never did get a Oscar recap show because
You know,
A, we're lazy. And B, we're both a little drunk. We
We were tired.
were putting down the champagnes
Oh boy.
during the Oscars.
I probably put down 2-3 glasses of champagne. I was out.
Yeah, and we had the creme brulees.
Oh yeah. And the steaks.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it was a full
You're all jealous.
affair. Elliot's dog was in a tuxedo shirt
That is true.
because
Piper was wearing a grown man button-up white shirt.
for a tuxedo,
Yes, and then had a bow tie on. That
she
is-
looked pretty good.
And it's a Bernese Mountain Dog, which if you look at the picture, it's already a black and white dog.
It fit.
It had to be done. But getting back to the topic at hand, which is not Star Wars: The Last Jedi, it is obviously
What's that?
the Oscars Best Picture fiasco that happened. We never got to discuss.
It was crazy.
Chris, let's go through.
It's like, this is gonna be crazy.
I want to hear what went through your mind at that moment.
This is gonna be my, like, for some people when JFK got shot, some people when 9/11 happened. I'm gonna remember
Please, Chris, don't underplay this. Tell me how you really feel.
where I was on the Oscar debacle of Best Picture of 2017.
Yeah, you will always remember that you were slightly tipsy on my couch.
Yes.
After the show got into quite a little lull, and then you woke back up.
I had realized I had lost the
Oh yeah, it was over.
the betting portion of who, but
Who won that?
I think Patrick.
You're wrong. I won.
I'm pretty sure Patrick cleaned house
That's
on that.
completely incorrect.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
I won $40.
Oh, either way,
And wouldn't that have sucked if right when La La Land won, if that was like the one I needed, and then
No, it
like
would've been the
Moonlight,
best.
and then what if you had Moonlight?
yeah, that would have been phenomenal.
That's how it went in your dreams, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
But like
When I
La
saw
La
that
Land-
happen, I was like, "Why didn't I have Moonlight? Why did I go with everybody else and pick La La Land?"
Yeah, but like the ending of La La Land, not everything's like dreams.
Yeah,
Reality's different. You
You
can't
made
go
it-
dance
you-
away in the
You
finale.
made that sad.
Da, 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 da. Anyway,
Yeah, so that was crazy. That old dum frickin' girl, what's her name? Jane Foster.
Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda.
Jane Foster is
Jane-
Thor's girlfriend, I believe. Move on.
Jane Fonda That wasn't Jane Fonda, was it?
Yeah, and
It was Warren Beatty and Jane Fonda?
I believe so. Yeah, or no?
No, it was who was the chick he was with in
Dunaway?
Faye Dunaway, you nitwit.
Is that who it was?
Yeah. Was it Faye Dunaway?
Was it? All I know about Faye Dunaway.
It wasn't Jane Fonda.
Well, if it was Faye Dunaway, I know one thing about Faye Dunaway.
She's a dumb
Joan Crawford did not care for her. Now, you want to know I can tell you this, Chris?
duel.
I watched this show called, not Duel, but that's close. It's called Feud. And if you don't watch Feud, it's on FX. It just wrapped up, 8 episodes. Jessica Lange, Susan Sarandon, fantastic series. Probably my favorite show that's been on TV in 2017. I can't believe it. It's about these 2 old bags, and I love it. Sorry if that was misogynist.
A little bit. But we were talking about Jane Foster, so it's fine.
But back to Jane Foster / Faye Dunaway.
Yeah, her reading, like, when you hear and know what happened, if you go back and watch it, you see Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty kind of sets her up a little bit, though.
No, he doesn't. He opens the envelope, looks at it,
He's like,
puts his hand back on the envelope, and is like, but keeps talking to, like, keep it going, and she's like, hurry up.
Because for those of you who don't know, his envelope said Emma Stone, La La Land.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is supposed to be Best Picture, so it should just say
La La Land or whatever.
or name of movie. It
Yeah.
should say an actress above it.
So he's confused and does his diligence of, like, looking in the envelope twice.
And everyone else
And then
is
shows,
laughing, thinking it's a bit. Like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
he's
just trying
taking
to
his time.
build the suspense of the moment.
Even Jane Foster thinks that.
Jane
And
Foster.
She
Who was this poor lady? I almost have to look it up right now.
like keeps him saying, hurry up, like quit messing with him. And he like looks at him, like shows it to her, but like doesn't give it to her. Shows it to her like, hey, I think this is wrong. And then she just snatches it out of his hands and goes, La La Land.
Because she saw La La Land.
Yeah. Well, she's an old bat. Probably should have had your reading glasses on.
Well, I think she thought Warren Beatty was throwing the jokes out there as well.
Stringing it along.
And then she was just like, all right. She's probably half in the bag.
Yeah, she
as
don't
we
wanna
all
be
were.
there.
She had a few champagnes in her as well.
Oh, I'm sure she was on some medical stuff too.
So she saw the La La, and she said, well, obviously, it's a favorite. La La Land won.
Yeah.
And then chaos ensued.
Yeah, they're up there hooting and hollering. Emma and Ryan are off to the side just chuckling to each other.
And I'm proud of myself. I caught this pretty early.
You did, because you were like, there's a guy with like a headphones
Because
on.
I've done some
Or as you
behind
call it, microphones.
I've done some behind the scenes work in my time.
Uh-huh.
So when I noticed that there was a guy with headphones, like kind of pacing quickly, but behind the speech, the guy giving the speech, I was
Yeah.
like, this isn't right. This isn't a classy way to close up the show.
Yeah, they're not like, they wouldn't be out there trying to like
No,
shoo them off.
This is screwing up their cinematography.
Yeah.
Something's not right here.
and the guy, that's like the third guy giving his speech at this point,
Exactly.
who's like, oh, we didn't win, by the way.
Which, Chris, what did we immediately think it was?
That did win?
No, when that happened, I think the first thing I remember I said was, this was happening, and I said, oh, you know what happened? It's a tie. There were 2 names on that envelope, and they only read the first one.
Yeah,
It's
you
gonna
did say that.
I said it's a tie. Because precedent has been set. There's been ties in the Oscars.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Best Picture, but there have been ties. And I thought it said La La Land, and they only saw the top half of the card, and the bottom half said and Moonlight.
Yeah.
But then when the producer of La La Land looked in the audience and held up the card and said, Moonlight, I'm not joking, you
Yeah.
just won Best Picture, I was like, ooh. So when that moment happened, we were stunned. I mean,
That's never happened before.
This was an error beyond belief, really.
Yeah.
You had one job, really.
And a lot of people immediately were like, Warren Beatty read the wrong name.
Because we all thought
But he didn't.
it was a
He knew something was wrong.
true.
Now, should he have stopped him and like, I think this is wrong? You don't do that on live television at the Oscars.
Presenting Best Picture, the number one. Everyone's
Where
ready
you
to go
call
home.
the friggin' producer up?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you look at it, you show your co-presenter,
And then you
and say, "Hey, is this right?"
let's
Like,
come to a consensus. And,
and
then,
she's like, "La La Land,"
and then he's like, well, let's hope it's right.
and he was like,
They were the
"Ah,
favorite.
whatever."
And to be honest,
It should have won.
they should have won, and then that's never even known about. No one cares.
Yeah,
The story's forgotten. But then you have this crazy upset as well. It was the perfect storm of scenarios. Made for good television, that's for sure.
I mean, Moonlight's a good movie.
It's all right.
It's not Best
It-
Picture. It didn't need to win the Best Picture at the Emmys either.
All right, I'm going to say something a little controversial.
Oh, you don't like...
No, what? No. Chris, what are you...
You don't like the director.
Take it back. Actually, this isn't even controversial, but here's what I think happened with Moonlight. I think Moonlight was payback from the Academy, because the Academy has a long memory, because they're old people. They've been voting for years. And I think back in the day, there was a real two-horse race between a movie called Crash and a movie called Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, boy, you think so?
And the favorite was Brokeback Mountain.
By
and
far.
Crash won. And to be honest, Brokeback Mountain is the better movie. It's held up better over time. And that movie, for the time it came out, that movie's over 10 years old at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
And for what it did for the gay community and how kind of open it was.
And the cowboy community?
Yeah, it was a groundbreaking film. And it was one that deserved to win Best Picture, but it did not. So I think this was almost like well, we screwed that one up. Let's give...
We're going to give it
This
to
is our
Moonlight.
IOU, I guess. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how I think the politics works.
Well, what's funny is that
in the voting.
so... It's sad that, like, if you haven't seen Moonlight, it's spoilers, that... Do you think it's considered a gay movie?
No. I think Moonlight is just I like to think of it as like a boyhood in the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Just a slice of life.
I'll tell you, a lot of those
It's a
boys
real
in the,
character study. That's
I'll tell you, a
all.
lot of those boys in the hood will not like that beach scene.
True.
So it's a
but-
happy ending.
Well, it was a happy ending for that guy.
I mean, do you think that that's what it is, though? You think it's a gay movie?
I think it was a gay movie. It was a movie about poverty and the black community. I think it was just like all these different social issues that are topical currently,
Yeah.
which was just kind of like, well, I want my vote to go for something that has meaning, so let's go for this instead of the song and dance number.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that makes Moonlight a better movie than La La Land or La La Land a better movie than Moonlight. I'm just saying I think that there's a lot of politics involved in the Oscars, and I think that might have gone into some voting. And also the fact that these award seasons seem to get longer and longer each year, that I think they're now getting to the point where the front runner seems to always get kind of beaten at the end.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a long race that by the time you get to the end, there's the inevitable backlash,
Mm-hmm.
or like, well, it's good, but it's not that good.
But I was not that person. When you guys
True.
all told me about La
True.
La Land, no one thought I was going to like it.
That's true. But I'm just thinking,
And what did I do?
You loved it.
I love that movie.
Yeah, you didn't even want to watch it. You kept putting off watching it, and then you watched it, and you watched it more times than I have. I've still only seen it one time. I know, it's crazy. I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
But no, it's happened the last couple of years with the Oscars. The Revenant was the favorite over Spotlight. Spotlight won,
Yeah. Which, that one I
etc.
was kind of...
etc.
etc. What are you, the guy from Split? I do think the Spotlight should have won over the Revenant, though.
Yes, I do too. Because that movie obviously did have a better message, but it was also a better movie, in my opinion. So, I got no problem with that.
Yeah, me
But
too.
Chris, you did just mention Split. And I do want to wrap this podcast up and eventually tie it back into Last Jedi somehow.
Well, good luck with
Possibly. But before we do, have you heard the news about
that. Glass?
About Glass? Yes.
I have.
Very exciting
That
news.
is. I thought it was odd because I was pretty sure Samuel L. Jackson died at the end of Unbreakable.
No, he just got sent to the mental institution.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't heard, and spoilers if you haven't seen the movie Split, but if you
That's too
haven't,
bad.
you've had your time. Basically, M. Night Shyamalan announced on Twitter, I think,
Yeah, you tweeted it.
somewhere, that he's finished
It was a
his
tweet.
script, and that he's got he announced the release date, which I think is like,
It's like 2018, I think.
I think it might be January of 2019.
Oh, okay.
So it's,
Round then.
year and a half or so away. Of the third part, I don't know.
I guess.
this is how you'd call it, of the continuation of the movie's Unbreakable, Split, and then the final one, maybe, is going to be called Glass. And it's going to star...
Bruce Willis.
We don't know who's going to star, but it's going to have these 4 actors in it, which is Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy, and the girl from Split.
Yeah.
The main girl, whatever her name was.
Which, that's cool.
She was also in Witch.
Oh, yeah.
So, you never saw Witch.
No.
Thanks for... You sold it, though. That's fine.
So, here's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Is I think old Mr. Glass is going to be Hannibal Lecter character. And Bruce Willis is going to have to go to him to figure out why...
Wasn't this my theory, like, months ago?
I don't think so. Do we have it on tape somewhere?
We might.
I think he's going to have to go talk to him about what to do, and that's when Mr. Glass is going to reveal that he also created James McAvoy's character, Kevin, because he's the one who crashed the train that Bruce Willis survived on. Kevin's dad was on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never picked up on that part.
Yeah. And in Unbreakable, apparently there's a mom and a little kid that...
I knew that part, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Kevin.
Where, like, the mom's kind of abusing the kid. And they obviously show that in Split, that Kevin has been abused.
Yeah. And he says his dad died on a train.
True. Yeah, it is all making sense.
Mr. Glass made them both.
So you're thinking of a real Silence of the Lambs situation here.
Kind of.
With Bruce Willis as Clarice, Hannibal Lecter's Glass, and old James McAvoy / the Beast as Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. And then the 4th girl as...
She's going to be...
Is she going to get caught again? Maybe she'll be like the girl who gets caught by Buffalo.
Maybe.
There you go. But
we'll see.
But then people are going to really be like, you guys are just copying Silence of the Lambs at this point.
I just hope she kills her uncle in it.
True, but I feel like you got so much other things to get to now in this movie. Now you're combining these worlds that it's going to be tough to also go back to that kind of plot. But I guess you could start with it. Kind of get it out of the way quick.
Yeah.
Here are my thoughts, though. I originally did think, because I had heard that, like, I mean, it's clear they set it up at the end of Split that, you know, it's a tease that they're going to make another movie and that these worlds are going to collide. And I thought, like you said, it was going to be kind of like the Silence of the Lambs situation. But now that I hear the title is called Glass, and that each one of these has had a clear lead, kind of. Unbreakable was Bruce Willis's movie.
Sure, Split is
James McAvoy's.
Yeah.
I think Glass is going to be Samuel L. Jackson. I think he's going to be the lead. But how these other characters are going to be involved, I think he could even have a similar plot, but I think it's just going to follow him the closest.
Maybe.
Because none of these are true. I mean, these are not your traditional sequels. So
yeah, that's true.
M. Night's going to do something outside the box.
That's what he does.
It's M. Night.
He makes The Windbreaker, or whatever that movie's called.
The Happening.
No.
Yeah, that was
the Avatar movie.
Oh, Airbender.
Airbender.
We said Windbreaker. Maybe. I thought you meant the trees that were blowing in the wind. That was The Happening. Yeah, he had some turds, but he's back, and I support him. And I'm excited for this movie.
He's got 1 in a row now. He makes Glass, that's 2.
Yeah, he's getting back to his bread and butter.
Yeah.
And that's the important part.
I'd like to get some bread and butter in me.
Which is why we should probably wrap this up.
So here's what's going to happen in The Last Jedi.
Okay, Chris. No segues needed.
Force Ghost. Tony Soprano. Watch The Wire.
Watch The Wire. HBO. When you heal your family. Oh, God. I'm loving it.
You went real deep with that. If you hear your family, the Sopranos, HBO, Italian. When you hear your family.
Yeah. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tom.
Talk to this girl Ray. Don't know where Daddy is. Might be Luke.
We don't know.
You don't know Skywalker from over in Tatooine.
Hey,
Tatooine.
Hey,
the
I'm
Jawa.
Ghost in here.
You ever heard of Joe, that fat fuck? Joe, that fat motherfucker.
Get off on the Millennium Falcon before you flip it over, you fat fuck.
I think you have better accent than I do, and it makes me mad. I want to work on it. In conclusion, Chris, The Last Jedi looks good.
I will see that.
am excited to see it. I will be there opening day in December, no matter the weather.
Me too. Unless it's raining.
It's going to be December. It'd be most likely snow.
Then I'll be there.
Snow will not stop Chris, only rain.
It has rained in the Midwest in December more frequently than it's snowed, I feel like.
Like the main character Bruce Willis played from Unbreakable. Water is Chris's only weakness.
It's not correct.
It's not correct, but that is how we're going to end this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the First Two Beers podcast. Chris, can I get a tink?
You absolutely can.
There we go. End of the 8th beer we've had.
Peace.